Hi everybody, it's Debbie here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, thank you so much for clicking on this video and deciding to watch today. I do really appreciate it. And if you are a returning viewer, thank you so much for being here. And I hope you enjoyed this little Healthy Sunday check-in. So, for those of you that are new, Healthy Sunday check-in is just it's just a series that I started so that, a few of us could get together and check in on each other on Sunday or whatever day of the week it's convenient for you to watch the video. It might not be Sunday. And so I am on a weight loss journey. I guess that's the best way to describe it because I haven't lost anything in the last couple of weeks. I've actually gained. But a little bit of background, I've arrived in New Brunswick. I am in self-isolation until the 10th of November. And now I've been here for a couple of days. I'm just starting to get things back to normal. I've had 2 time changes I've had like 8 time changes this summer. So my sleep cycle is really, really wonky right now. Sometimes I can't go to sleep till like 2 o'clock in the morning and then I'm sleeping in the morning. Sometimes I can't go to sleep until 1 or 2 in the morning and I'm up at 6 in the morning. There's no rhyme or reason to it right now. So that is part of my Healthy Sunday check-in, is my sleep cycles. So just going to talk about that for a second. I've realized that it's really, really hard to maintain weight loss or healthy eating or anything like that when you're tired all the time. I drove straight through because of the COVID. I did not want to get a hotel room. So this is what happened. I've moved to New Brunswick, bought a house here last year. Just closed my house in Ontario this week. It's not actually done until tomorrow. And so signed the papers and everything the other day at the lawyer's office at 8 o'clock in the morning. He was really kind and had us in very early so that we could be in and out before his staff came to work because of the COVID, trying to protect everybody as much as possible, see as few people as possible. And so we signed the papers the other morning and I left right after the lawyer's office. Now I'm north of Toronto. The house that I sold was in Minden, Ontario. So it was about a 17-hour trip for me. If you Google it, it says like 14 and a half hours, but with construction and traffic and all kinds of other things, it ends up being about 15, 16, 17 hours, depending on the individual trip. And this one took me about 17 hours. A lot of that was because I don't tend to drive on the Trans-Canada Highway. A lot of places, the speed limit is a little higher at night than my eyes can adjust to. So I have to slow down at night. And especially, Quebec and New Brunswick are notorious for moose on the highway at night. So for safety, you just slow down at night. And so it was a long, long trip. I was up at 6 o'clock in the morning and I didn't get here until almost 1 in the morning the next day. So well after midnight, and hadn't eaten much on the road. Once again, you don't want to stop. You just don't want to stop anywhere because of the huge numbers in that part of Ontario and Quebec. That whole Trans-Canada Highway corridor is, the numbers are really, really high. So trying to stay safe, and only stopped when I needed gas and took tons of precautions. And now I'm in quarantine here. So the stress is done. The stress is done. It's over. All I got to do now is figure out where I'm going to put everything. And yeah, because we did downsize. We got rid of a lot of stuff, but we did downsize. And I'm sure I even brought stuff that I still didn't need. And yeah, so weight loss. I gained 3 pounds again this week, and I have no idea how that happened. I'm thinking it must be water retention, because the day that I drove out, I had some bottled water with me. I had a couple of bananas, and I had a muffin, and that was it. Yeah, that was it. I had a little bowl of cereal in the morning before I left, and that was all I had to eat for 12, 15 hours, I guess, on the road. No, 14 hours. So for 14 hours, I had a muffin and 2 bananas and a bunch of bottled water. So yeah, and then the next day, I slept on and off all day. I slept and ate. I got up. New Brunswick Health calls in the morning to make sure that you're still in isolation. And they've been checking on me pretty regularly in the mornings. So they call around 8. So, yeah, so they called and had me up early, even after not getting to bed till about 2 o'clock in the morning. They had me up at 8. And so I fried myself a couple of eggs. Took a quart of milk out of the freezer to thaw out, because of course I had to shop for groceries before I left here the last time, and do so in a way that I could make it through 2 weeks of quarantine. So have some milk in the freezer frozen. So took some milk out so I'd have some of that thawed out. It was okay by the next day. And yeah, so I don't know how I did it. I had a couple of fried eggs. I've got no bread here, so I'm not eating any bread. So bread's not an issue. I haven't baked anything yet, so baked goods are not the issue. I've had, let me see what I've eaten. I had some eggs for breakfast, a couple of fried eggs and a couple of slices of bacon. And I had some brown beans and I didn't write it down. Yeah, I didn't keep track. Like, I've just been so tired. I haven't been keeping track. And to tell you the truth, I just found this yesterday afternoon. It was packed. So, yeah, so I didn't even have my planner to write it down in. But yeah, anyway, yeah, so I've been eating, low carb, but I do think a lot of it is because I'm eating intermittently. I'm not keeping track. I'm just not keeping on top of it. So that's it. My mental health, just a little run through. Stressed right to the very end of my rope. By the time we got the last thing out of the house and got the last floor vacuumed and the last floor mopped and got everything out, was exhausted and stressed. And I'm a stress eater. So, but I haven't had anything around me to eat. I don't know, guys. I'm perplexed, absolutely perplexed. But anyway, it's done. I'm here now. And as far as my mental health and being stressed right out, I feel like I can just take a heavy, heavy sigh, let it go now, and start trying to think of what my new normal is going to be, because my new normal this summer, like since the spring, hasn't really been the same as everybody else's new normal, even with the COVID-19, because although I haven't been working outside of the house with the move and traveling, so this will be my 7th time in quarantine. So I was in quarantine in March when I first got here for 2 weeks. Well, self-isolation, not quarantine, but yeah, I do quarantine. I'm really strict about it. So in March, so that was one. And then I went home to start packing up and do some stuff that I had to do there in May. And I was there for 2 weeks in self-isolation, spent one more week, and then came back here with my granddaughter and brought her out here and she did 2 weeks of self-isolation with me. And then we did a little bit of driving around. We went to some provincial parks and things like that where we could social distance. And then we went home in July, the first week of July, because it was my husband's birthday. So I went home for that and did 2 weeks of self-isolation, and then came back out here by myself and did 2 weeks of self-isolation, went back home and came back this time. So this is the 8th time. So 16 weeks I've been, yeah. So it's been a different kind of a summer for me, but I've managed to bring a vehicle right full of stuff back every time I come and get things organized out there. We've got the house listed, we got the house sold, and it's closed and it's done. So I do not have to go into quarantine again unless it's a personal choice and I want to. Yeah, it's not a must. So, yeah, quite happy about that. So anyway, let's do this. So it is November, guys. It's November. And I set this little monthly in November up like this so that I can put my weights down here. So I've got to do that. I need to grab a pen and put it down here. So 129. Last week I was at, oops, that's 129, 229. Isn't that crazy? I only want to be 120 some pounds. I do not want to be 200. Gosh, so 224 pounds last week. Yeah, 224. So I'm up 5 pounds, and there's no way with what I've eaten that I can gain 5 pounds. So I'm hoping it's fluids. And when things get back to normal, I retain a lot of fluid when I'm traveling. So I'm hoping that that's what it is. I have my fingers crossed and things will get back to normal. And I am going to set this up for November the 2nd to the 8th. That's right. So I'm going to take these two, and because I've kind of Mickey Moused this together. Yeah. So let's just join these pages together. There. It says sweat it off. So maybe I'll do a little bit of that this week while I'm unpacking and putting all this stuff away, because this is a 2-story house and there's going to be a lot of going up and down the stairs. So maybe that will do it. Maybe that will do it for me. So I'm just taking a peek back to see how I did it last week. And I'm going to take these 2 pages out and kind of do a little bit of a something here. So, yeah. Once again, I have this sticker book that has all of these fabulous stickers in here. I love them, by the way. Are these pretty? That rose gold is so, so pretty. So let's find some colored strips, because this did work for me last week. There. And yeah, so what I'm doing here is just putting a line across so that I can have 2 habit trackers here. I need to keep that because there. So 2 habit trackers is what I want in here. Boy, I got that paper a little bit crooked, didn't I? See it showing there? But yeah, and then I just put some, of these little thingies in here. So fruits and vegetables. Let me see. I used these ones last week. I like these. I'm going to do something different this week. So I'm going to put in a spoon and a whisk. Just to divide my breakfast, lunch, and dinner up. And same thing again. But I'm going to go this way on this page. And I'll put 3 pieces across, a whisk. A spoon. And what color whisk? I'm going to go back with this blue one here. Oops, that's a little bit crooked. Well, I mean, they're all crooked, but still. And then, this is just to have a little bit of fun more than anything else. So I'm looking for, and these little words here are so, so cute. So they say different things. So this one says, 1 pot meal. And vegan. They're just different types of meals in here. And low carb, which is what I think I'm going to do mostly this week, is some low carb, because that's kind of how I stocked my house for food before I left. And then it says slow cooker. And I think I'm going to take this and put it over here, the vegan in the middle here. Whoops. But straight, if I can get it straight. Wow, my goodness. I can't see it. My fingers are too big. So I can't get it straight because I can't see it. There. So vegan. And then on this side, I'm going to put low carb again. Or maybe slow cooker again. Working out the color. Working out the colors. I just put slow cook there. There. So I just kind of, instead of a washi tape, across there. And then that's what I'm going to do. I am going to do some meal prep. So that's one of the things that I want to track. So I'm going to try to start doing a little bit of meal prep every day for the next day. And I think that will help. I think that that will help immensely if I do that. So a little bit of meal prep there. And I can't do... I love this sticker, though. I just think it's so cute. So it just says, eat well. So I'm going to put that up in this corner. Well, I'm just having fun with these stickers. Just having fun with them. Right there. So eat well. And I am going into a classic sized planner for this planner. So I'm going to go into, for the new year, I'm going into a classic size health planner, and I'm going to track my meals, but I'm also going to do my meal planning and things like that. And I'm going to do it right in it. So yeah, I'm going to intensify this in the new year, and I'm really going to get, I'm really going to get serious, guys. I want this to work. I really want it to work. And yes, I'm just going to take this little heart right here it's a little circle. So it's actually more than a heart. And I am going to put it right here so that it covers the rest of that. And then I'm going to track my meal prep, and I'm going to track my no carbs. So no carbs. So on the day that I don't overindulge in carbs, I'll give myself a star. Yeah. And on the days that I actually meal prep, either the night before or in the morning for the day, I will give myself a star. And let's see how I do this week. So I'm hoping that by the end of this week, all the miserable extra weight is gone, and I'm feeling better. And excuse me. Yeah, don't cough in front of people, because if you ever noticed now that when you're out and about, if somebody coughs, everybody looks at them funny. Yeah, don't be out with a cough. And so there's my little week. It's not much, but it's cute, and I'm still sticking with it. I'm not having success, but I'm still sticking with it. So my beginning weight this week is 120 or 229. There I go with the 1 again. And yeah, so that was a +5 from last week. So let's see if I can go back down that this week. If it was water retention, it should go back away. So yeah, so have a really great week, everybody. Don't forget to leave comments down below and support one another. I'm really happy that I've got a couple of ladies each week that are checking in with me and, letting me know how they're doing as well. I love that. No pressure. You don't have to. And yeah. So anyway, for a comment this week, just leave a comment down below. Like if you're not doing the whole healthy check-in thing with me, but you're just following along, leave a comment down below, just a word or two that lets me know, like, do you have a restricted diet in any way? Like, do you have to struggle with a restricted diet? Like, do you have to do gluten-free or no sugar because of diabetes, or there's those allergies, like people are allergic to eggs and stuff like that. Do you have a food allergy, or do you just do low carb? And yeah, so leave a comment down below and let me know. So that's my little question this week. Do you have any food challenges? And yeah, so have a healthy week, everybody. Stay safe. You guys can go out there still. So I know things are restricted again, but stay safe and stay healthy. And I love you guys. Bye-bye till next week.